Hey gamers, it's G from the corner, and today, I want to talk about Mario Kart Tour. Now, you're probably wondering why? Why do you want to talk about this game? This garbage gotcha mobile game? Well, I think it gets a lot of undeserved hate, honestly. I think the game is perfectly fine. I don't have I honestly actually started playing it quite a bit, and I've gotten really into it in the last year or so. But why is that? Why have I given this game a second chance, so to speak, and shown a renewed interest in it? Well, I'd say there's a lot of things, but really back last year when they announced the booster course pass, we figured out pretty quick that it was based on content from Tour. So I thought, hey, why not give Tour another shot? Because back when the game came out, like most people, I downloaded it, I played it for I think literally a day, hated it, deleted it, never looked back. Maybe I'd see like the updates and the trailers every once in a while, but I never really played it until February 2022, I want to say. When they announced the booster course pass, I was like, hey, let's check it out. And ever since, I've been playing it almost daily for the past little while. I've like dipped in and out of it. I haven't been like super invested in it the entire time, but I'd say for a good amount of it, I've been pretty into it. I've seen a lot of things come and go. I even actually wrote a script last year. I was going to do a big whole video essay thing on it, but, I realized, no, wasn't really, the script wasn't jiving. I couldn't really think of a good way to end it. And a good thing I didn't release that because literally right after that, they announced that they got rid of Gacha. But I'm jumping ahead a bit. So, like, what is Mario Kart Tour? Well, Mario Kart Tour is a mobile game from the Mario Kart series. Y'all know what Mario Kart is, highest selling video game franchise, I'm pretty sure at this point, like multiple entries in like the top 20 best selling games of all time. It's Mario Kart. And Mario Kart on mobile, Nintendo's putting their IP on mobile, okay, makes sense to do it. So, but like how do you translate that over to mobile? Well, actually you don't take too much out. It's basically just Mario. Imagine playing Mario Kart 8, but you're playing on auto assist with auto steering. All you're really doing is moving your character and collecting items, and you're drifting as well, right? So it doesn't sound that interesting, but the way they kind of change up the gameplay is, well, okay, racing, well, we kind of already do most of that for you. So since it'd be a bit too complicated it wouldn't be that complicated, but we want to make the game a more casual, light going experience. But the main gameplay hook is, instead of trying to just win the race, you're trying to get combos. Every action you do, you drift, you get coins, you use an item that hits somebody, you get a jump boost, anything like that. That'll get you points. And if you keep chaining moves like that back to back to back, you will get a combo. And at the end of the track, you'll be ranked you'll get like a certain amount of points based on your combo. This comes into play with like weekly rankings and other things. Originally, you would get like star ranks, and that would let you unlock more courses, but that it's not that big of a deal anymore. And that's because over time, since the game came out, they've kind of been slowly introducing more and more things to make the game more and more user-friendly. When I started playing the game, you'd have to unlock each course individually by doing well in the last course, and you would do well in the last course by basically feeding into the gacha system, getting more characters and carts. But I don't know when it happened. At some point, they were like, okay, no, you just get all the tracks in like a rotation at the start of the event, and then we unlock a few as the days go on. And then also, you don't really need like the stars for anything other than like the battle pass, which isn't even a battle pass. And it's also really easy to get 5-star rankings if you play the game for literally like a month and a half, 2 months, and you probably could get like a ton of 5-star rankings, because the way the rankings work, if you can get combos on tracks, but it's easier to get combos depending on what character you pick, because some characters have like bonuses on certain tracks. And a lot of the more high-end characters that you initially would have gotten from the gacha, did better on more tracks. That's kind of how the game worked. See, the thing is though, at some point last year, they just kind of said, screw it. No more gacha. There's just not going to be any more gacha in the game. The way it would originally work was that there would be pipes, and you could spend premium currency on pulls from these pipes, and you would get you had the chance of getting like a high end, as they would call them, character. Each pipe, the pipes would like rotate, on and off, but each pipe would always guarantee you at least one or two if you pulled I think 100 times. Like it'd be like you guaranteed get these 6 items that are like high end and rare. But now instead it's more of a, I guess, Fortnite approach, for lack of a better word. There's a rotating shop where you spend the same premium currency just to get characters. You know, like I want to get, I don't know, Kangaroo Yoshi. And I'll just go, instead of making, like, pulling constantly, I'll just spend the equivalent of, I want to say, let's see, I'm having a fart, I can't do the math right now. I think it's something like 30 pulls? I think, 30 pulls, basically, to get one character. And, you know, I think there have been some complainers like, oh, well, you know, Gacha was more fun because you could just, it was cool, the little gambling aspect, and in a way, I think it was technically better for just getting more stuff, because, like, you know, back when I was playing it and there was gacha, I'd always want specific items, and it'd be like, oh man, I can't get that item. But looking back, I got a lot of other high ends just from playing the game, and that kind of makes you have an easier time playing the game. You're able to win ranked weeks, and which gets you more rewards, which kind of feeds you back into the system, and it lets you keep unlocking more and more stuff, right? But now with this, it's like, well, I want to get this character. Okay, let me get this character, but I'm not getting anything else. Like, no, nothing else. I don't know how to, you know what, I want to say I don't know how to feel about it, but in all honesty, it's just better. This is just a better way to do things. And they haven't been releasing too many characters lately, I think, to compensate for that, in a way, because now it's a lot harder for you to get characters, so they can't just keep releasing characters every 2 weeks. That's the thing, right? The game's very, like, it's a live service game, like, you know, pretty much all big mobile games like this, but it's so routine. Every 2 weeks, like clockwork, there is a new, what they call tour, which has new theming, new tracks, you know. It'll be like, so right now, at the time of this recording, we are in the spring tour, which is some of these city tracks you've probably seen in 8 Deluxe, including a new one called Athens Dash. You know, when I was writing the old script, we were in the middle of, I think, the Cat Tour, which had introduced Baby Park from Mario Kart Double Dash to the game, as well as Cat Mario and Cat Luigi as playable characters, you know. And that's another thing. This game has a lot of characters and tracks, like from the Mario Kart series. Well, characters, they have pretty much every character that's ever been in Mario Kart, with like a few odd exceptions, and like tons of ridiculous skins. You got Luigi wearing this German getup, lederhosen getup. It's adorable. A Volendam Rosalina in like a Dutch outfit. Wario dressed as a hiker. Kangaroo Yoshi, which is just the perfect specimen. I don't think we can top this as humanity. We can't make anything just more incredible than Kangaroo Yoshi. And then the tracks are nothing to slouch at either, because the list is made up of, you know, I think about 17 original tracks. They keep adding to this list, by the way, and like tons and tons of tracks from throughout the series. You got tracks from every game in the series, like the arcade ones or whatever. And you've got some real classics in there. You got like Waluigi Pinball, Luigi's Mansion, Airship Fortress, Coconut Mall, DK Summit, Koopa Cape, Dry Dry Ruins, Sunset Wilds, you know, just to name a few absolute banger tracks from the series they brought in here. And the original tracks, honestly, are nothing to slouch at either. The way they have these, like, tracks based on real-world locations, and honestly, I think they're pretty cool. I think it's kind of neat to get to see a more varied, like, you don't get to see, like, a winter city in Vancouver, or, you know, some of these, this European architecture. It doesn't usually get the chance to appear in Mario games, and Mario Kart especially, so, you know, it's just kind of some interesting variety, and I'm down with it. The way those tracks work is that they're all one big track, but they have different routes, and those routes are different tracks. When they brought these tracks over to 8 Deluxe and the Booster Course Pass, you know, they merged them all into one, with mixed results, of course. I think it's fine, especially in Tour, you know, obviously, because they're all separate tracks. But yeah, no, there's just a lot of, I just have a lot of fun. You know, when I boot up the game, I'll just play a few races, and then, okay, that's it. You know, maybe I'll try and reach the top of my rank, because every week there's also like a ranked cup, and you want to do well in the rankings to get some, you know, cool rewards or something. I'm pretty into it. You know, sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to get that reward. Sometimes I don't really care. It depends on the situation. I kind of fell off the game for a little bit once they got rid of the gacha, just because the content wasn't that enticing. Because the thing they really tried to highlight when they removed the gacha was, okay, here's the big new addition, battle mode. You know, battle mode like from the other Mario Kart games, because battle mode hadn't been in the game yet. And I honestly, I'm a fan of battle mode. I like it in, you know, like Double Dash and 8 Deluxe. I think it's pretty fun, honestly. Battle mode sucks in this game. It is so Oh my goodness, it is the most boring experience. Like, it is so mind-numbing because you're always on auto acceleration, so you're always going to be driving past racers. It's literally like in Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, where like the problem is that, oh, the track layouts are going to make it so that you're kind of driving past people and you have to just do flybys basically whenever you want to kill, but literally it just always happens. There's not too many battle maps either, and they always force 2 of them into the tour. Right now I think there's only 5 in the game, and I don't think there's any like thing in the files, like data mines that have suggested that there's more coming. I thought there was, but I've been hearing that there isn't. 2 of those battle maps, by the way, are just the city tracks, but like opened up. And yeah, they're not fun. They're just not, they literally are like the Mario Kart 8 battle mode tracks. You know, maybe a bit better because, okay, everything's kind of interconnected and it's not going to take you too long to run into people. I want to see more battle tracks in 8 Deluxe, honestly. I wouldn't care if they ported these over, although I'm pretty sure they're a bit too small to fit 12 players for the most part. But, you know, more battle mode's more battle mode. But, like, wow, it's just not fun at all in this game. And they keep putting the Ranked Cup in a cup where, like, there's battle maps. So it's like you have to do well in them. And it's really not fun to do well. They still have the combo multiplier, but, like, the combo, like, the time that it takes for your combo to run out is extended so far just to accommodate for all this. It's terrible. I really don't like it. But, yeah, Mario Kart Tour. Is it bad? No, I don't think so. I enjoy playing the game quite a bit. Hopefully I've convinced maybe some of you to give the game a second chance. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to be around for, although we're kind of in a good spot with Tour right now. Every Tour this year has introduced a brand new track to the game, right? So right now we just got Athens Dash. The last Tour was the Yoshi's Island. Was it the Yoshi? I think it was the Yoshi's Island track from 8 Deluxe that had just gotten added. The Tour before that, the Tour after that is going to be the Super Nintendo Bowser's Castle. It's getting it added, but it's going to get like a huge from the ground up remake that's totally going to be an 8 Deluxe. Again, you know, if you're not into the game, all this content's coming to 8 Deluxe anyway, pretty much. There's like a few exceptions, like, oh, they're going to probably not put this track and that track. But, you know, I think, personally, that Tour is wonderful. Just a wonderful little mobile game. I think it's Nintendo's best mobile effort. They put a lot into it, and I'm very happy that, you know, it's coming to 8 Deluxe. Like, it's not going to be trapped in a mobile game that's going to eventually have its servers shut down. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that you guys all go try it. If not, that's fine. I'm gonna go back to enjoying it myself. I gotta get my rank up. I think it's almost over. I think tomorrow night, the new tour starts. So I gotta step on it. I gotta step on things. But yeah, I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Have a nice day and keep it locked.